Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral. Joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command as always. So we are going to be looking at a few of the daily events and weekly events that have come up for today. And yeah, we're going to be pronouncing the ship's name correctly, as it has obviously an American enunciation within the English part of the American language, obviously their type of dialect. Whereas obviously I pronounce it in the English dialect because my dialect being just English, they obviously have an American version of English, and that's how. So they pronounce it the Cerritos. So we'll pronounce it the Cerritos for all of my American friends and viewers out there who said I pronounced it wrong. So it's the USS Cerritos. So it's not the Cerritos, even though that's clearly what it says, but it's the Cerritos. As is pronounced by the lower decks within one of the videos I just watched. It's the Cerritos. So yeah, we got this one. This is a weekly event now coming every single Wednesday. So if you do want to get this ship for free, this is the best way to do it. To get it is actually relatively straightforward and pretty damn easy. So you need 10k points overall. I'm not entirely sure whether that is specific towards your op levels, if I'm honest. I don't know if it is, but if it is, if it's not specific and it's just 10k, to be honest, it's still pretty easy to do this event. As you can see, I've already done it, and the good thing about it, you get 10 shards of the ship, which is really good. Plus a bunch of other stuff, which is also quite nice as well. The way to do this event is by destroying hostiles whilst the combat CB is active. And the way you activate your CBs is pretty straightforward. So you just go straight down to your exocomp. This is a way to force you to use your exocomps. If you go to your exocomps, go to your combat CB, activate one of these basically for however long, depending on what star level it is. Then it depends on how many points you earn towards this event, essentially, and that's pretty much it. I did the one I activated was a 3-star, I believe. And I got 200 points per attack, essentially. So I imagine if it does go higher, I don't know if it does though, because I feel like that's the that's a G3 ship, because I used a G3 ship. So if you use a G4 ship or G5 ship, I don't know if it's the exocomps or whether I just used that at the time. I don't think it's the exocomps, because otherwise it would definitely say exocomps. I think it's just a G3 capable ship. I don't know, combat capable ship. I don't know. But because it says active, it kind of makes me think it might be part of the exocomp. I'm not entirely sure. Please do let me know in the comments down below. It says right there. So hostile with an active combat exocomp. So it is to do with the combat exocomp. So I activated a 3-star one, got 200 points, and just did it through the 200 points each time. To be fair, it didn't take me very long. It took me about 10 minutes to do, which overall wasn't too bad. But yeah, free to play. Make sure you get on it. It's the easiest way I've seen to be able to do that event. That's also a glitch. I don't know if you've just noticed. So when you go into this, I'm going to report it to them. It does this and doesn't actually back you out of anything. So yeah, that is a glitch with the new arc that I've noticed, which I will be reporting straight after this video. So yeah, then moving on to the other arc stuff. We've got the officer exchange program. This is something that is quite easily done as well. I just need to finish today's. And the way to do that is basically use a Romulan warship to deal damage to a hostile, depending on obviously which mission you do. And then to add more points, you use one listed Federation captain in the Romulan warship, which again is not that hard to do. And the 3 listed captains are going to be, the 3 listed officers are going to be Crusher, Riker, or Picard. Obviously, if you have Picard, use Picard. I've been using Riker because it's not been too bad, to be fair, and I've been getting through them quite nicely. As you can see, I'm not doing too bad on them. The one, oh, for God's sakes, that's going to become very annoying. Then you have the other ones. I'll just run through the other ones quite quickly, actually, whilst we're here. So you have the Klingon officers. You have to use Morale, Chang, or Kang. And again, you get the same thing, but for Klingons. Or alternatively, you got the Romulan ones as well. And you have to use Nero, Kumak, or Javed. Or Javed, or however you say that in Spanish, I guess. Javed, I'm going to say. And then the same thing, but you have to use them in specific ships. So just bear that in mind. So this one, you have to use it in a Klingon ship, which makes no sense whatsoever, if I'm honest, to do with this. This entire event exchange program makes no sense. I mean, it does make sense in the terms of the naming and the terminology, but it's completely stupid because you're using officers that shouldn't belong in certain ships, but whatever. Moving on from that, yeah, you can do whichever ones you want. Obviously, the tickets, you can technically do all three because you should have got enough tickets from the Battle Pass to be able to do all three. Then we've got the Icarus Factor. Icarus Factor, again, is not ridiculously hard to do. As you only need to do activate Galaxy Exocomms. The way to do this, the way I've been doing it, is basically just speed up research, doing speed ups on research, activating an 8-hour or whatever speed up on research, which normally gives me, because I only have 3-star stuff, normally gives me 2,500 towards the event. And then because I've done that as well, I then get the gain power from research, so I get that also. And that goes towards the event. So I'll have this done by tonight, I would imagine. I don't think that'll take too long to do. And then that one's not too bad. And then you have the other part of that, which is your alliance. And then the other two, which again is your alliance. And then obviously your single leaderboard as well. And then the one that's the one that I have the most problem with is this one. As you can see, I need 107 million. I have 18.4 at the moment. The problem with this event is you need to be able to use your cadet. As you can see, your cadet, so damage, deal damage to hostiles with one of the cadet crews as captain. So ideally, if you're going to use the initial cadet crews, you're probably going to want to lead with some form of Kirk, Spock, Monroe, McCoy, sorry, or something on the lines of that. And then if you want to get more points, though, you're going to need to use your next generation crew. So these crew are all of your basic officers, so bear that in mind. I believe Scopely did come out with an announcement to say that. Oh, yeah, that was the right one. So yeah, you need to basically use, my personal suggestion would be to use obviously Kirk, McCoy, and Spock to probably maximize what you can there. Or alternatively, you can use your next generation officers, which is going to be your Riker, your Crusher, your Troy, and your Troy. Can't remember how to pronounce that. And then you got LaForge as well. So they're the only 4 that you can use. So just bear that in mind. You can't use anyone else out of the next gen crew, but you can use the normal crew if you don't obviously have access to a high level version of one of them officers as well. Like me, I don't have a hugely access to a high level versions of them, so I'll probably go with the other ones, but it's quite long-winded, so just bear that in mind. And to be honest, it's taken me quite a while so far to be able to do that, and as you can see, I've only got to 18 million, so I'm going to give it another couple of goes to see if I can get it up a little bit more, just to see if I can utilize things a little bit better, but I have to wait and see. But yeah, in terms of the event, the Cerritos, the USS Cerritos event, I am really, really happy to see this event. I really do want this ship. Not because everyone said it's really good or really bad or anything like that. I just really want it because it looks damn cool. In my opinion, I just think it looks like a cool ship. And to be honest, it's a ship that, you know, obviously everyone should be able to get, but it's a ship that's, you know, not overly commonly seen at the moment in the game. I certainly haven't seen many of them. So I just want to get my hands on it because it's pretty damn cool. And you know what I'm like? I am a collector of the ships in the game. As you know, I have all the level 34 ship pluses at the moment. So this is something that's going to go on to that as well. So something that I definitely want to get. So I'm happy to see this event. And then I just thought I'd run through the couple of the other events as well whilst we were here. Some of them are quite easy. Some of them are quite hard. Some of them are soon to be found out whether this is ridiculously easy or hard or not. So yeah, we'll find out with that one very shortly. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you next time. Fly safe. Bye-bye for now.